Hello everybody, Uncle Rick here in Ponce Inlet, Florida. I'll give you a good idea what I go to. I'm going to tell you a story, but before I do that I'm going to show you this. This is what Florida looks like. Now I'm going to head back to the car because it's kind of hard, a lot of wind out here. You're welcome to come join me if you want to hear the story. I got to go in the car because it's too windy. So I invited this young man to come hear the story with me because that's what this is all about. Driving home the gospel is not just about yourself, it's about others. Still there with me? Okay. I'm going to try to make this quick. Well, I guess he decided to finish his marijuana joint first. Anyhow, so the other day, I had a really early morning run and was tired and ended up sleeping until about 1 o'clock or so. And so I did. Got up and said, hey, I think I'm going to go fishing. So I ended up going over towards Ormond Beach, up by Ormond by the Sea. It's one of my favorite locales. Do some surf fishing. That's what I'd love to do. If you didn't know that by now, that's what your Uncle Rick likes to do more than practically anything else. I love to fish. So here I was, and it was kind of like today, a little windy. Sun was out. Just really nice weather, and I'm down there. I get my poles all set up, and I'm there for about an hour. And I remember on the way there, I said, God, if it's your will, I'm going to catch a fish. So I go down there and I'm fishing about an hour. Nothing. I didn't even get a bite. So a little bit discouraged, I decided to pack up everything and head on home. So as I had my cooler and tackle box and everything else already in the car, I'm going back down to get my fishing poles from the rod holders. I reeled in the first one. I go to reel in the other one, and I went, wait a minute. And I didn't feel anything, but I asked that question again. I said, God, I guess it wasn't your will that I catch a fish. And probably no sooner than I said that, I felt a tug. And I went, what? And I started reeling, and I went, whoa, wait a minute. I started reeling some more. The next thing I know is I got me a fish, and I don't have just a little fish. I got me a nice-sized fish. I reel in a 17-inch pompano. Anybody who knows anything about pompano knows that's one good eating fish. I love to eat fish. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this, and the first thought came to my mind. I said, I'm sorry. I guess I was wrong. And so I want to share with you a couple things in the gospel as to what happened there and why sometimes we so much get it wrong when we look at things from our own perspective. In Psalms chapter 40, verse 8, it says, I desire to do your will, O God. Your law is within my heart. Well, I was wanting to do God's will. I had said that, God, if it's your will, then it will happen. If it's not, then I don't worry about it. Never mind. It's not a big deal. Okay? I won't make it a big deal. Then in Romans chapter 12, this is a good one, verse 2. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Okay? So now I'm getting closer to what really is going on here. And this verse in 1 John nailed it for me. Okay. in First John chapter 5, verse 14, he says this. This is the assurance we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we asked of him. After that happened, I knew exactly what God was trying to tell me. You had that fish the moment you asked for it. Your problem was with doubt. You doubted that it was really going to happen, and therefore your expectation wasn't there that it could happen, and you just said, okay, I guess you didn't want it to be done. He wanted me to learn something from this, and that is something I'm going to that's why I'm sharing this with you. That when you are in his will, and you ask of anything, it's done. The problem is, we think it has to be done now. That's not necessarily the way it works. Sometimes the answer to a prayer may not happen right away. It may take days, months, years, but it's coming. What he asks of us is an obedient heart. And just be assured. That's what he said here. The assurance that anything we ask, if according to his will, he heard us. It's done. God is a great, loving, gracious Father. He wants the best for all of us. He wants us to understand that even in the midst of what looks like nothing is going on right, that's not the case. For him, the minute you asked, and the minute you knew that you were in his will, you can be assured that he's going to give you what you asked for. So I'm going to leave that with you. Ponder on it a little bit. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed some of those sites. God bless you. Talk to you later.